The dream is shattered by someone's sharp movement and the muffled sound of a gunshot. You open your eyes to see Solomon at your side. He's leaning forward, one hand clutching his weapon behind a smoking pillow. His frenzied eyes are trained in the darkness of your chamber, his teeth bared. He's panting like a hunted animal. What's happening? The face stealers from Thessera, they're here. They've come for us, Solomon says jerkily, almost barking the words. Tremors rack his whole body. With each passing second, your eyes penetrate deeper into the gloom. The room is empty. Say nothing and listen intently to every sound. You hear no footsteps, no rustling of clothes, no clinking of blades. With each passing second, the absence of any uninvited guest in your chamber becomes more and more evident. Finally, Solomon puts his weapon down in an exhausted sigh and says brokenly, "Damn it, I must have imagined it, I'm sorry. Nothing to worry about. If I'd dreamt about Vulture, I'd have been riddled the whole room with bullets too." See, I'm not the only one who prefers to keep a weapon close to their pillow. Oh. No, nothing to worry about. He does not return your smile. His face is contorted by flashes of furious emotion that he's struggling to control. I see, I'm not the only one who keeps... do you often have dreams like that? He sweeps the empty chamber with his eyes once more and mutters reluctantly. Sometimes. I see, I'm not the only one who prefers to keep a weapon close to their pillow. Of course, it's just common sense. Your words seem to surprise Solomon to the point that his bafflement drowns out his roiling emotions for a moment. Since no one's trying to kill us, you want to get back to sleep? I don't think I'll be able to. I apologize for disturbing you. Rogue trader, I think I better go. His voice is full of anguish and shame. What did you dream about exactly? Tell me. He sighs heavily. I dreamt I saw the dead traitors from Thessera, the ones who plotted against us. They entered your chambers wearing other faces. I still knew it was them. I realized they had managed to slip back into other people's bodies before they died. Shit. A groan of pain escapes through his gritted teeth. All this has taken more of a toll on you than you've let on, hasn't it? An arbitrator must not speak of weak or vulnerable. Must not appear weak or vulnerable. Stubbornly pressing his lips together, Solomon glares at the empty air before him. I am the gauge by which the Imperium is judged on its strength and its grip on the galaxy. But sometimes it's so bloody hard. Grimacing, Solomon wearily drops his head into his hands. I was afraid on Thessera too. Those bastards were one step away from bringing us down. He stares intently into your eyes. You know, at the time I wondered what would be better, dying alongside you or surviving with the knowledge that I'd failed to keep you safe. I was overjoyed when I realized the end had come for both of us. Touch no law says you have to carry it all inside. Share it with me. Yes, I like that. Like, I don't, even in your dreams you kill enemies. No, like that. I like this one. Under your fingers, the arbitrator's tremoring body relaxes. With his eyebrows drawn together, grimly, he murmurs, not sharing it is better. When you talk to someone about what's weighing on your soul, you become attached to them, and becoming attached is a bad habit for an arbitrator. In my service, every person you know long enough to develop feelings for is likely to die before their time, and horribly. Losing people hurts. It's like a piece of your soul dies with each of them. He raises his eyes to you. I become attached to you, and I regret it, and I regret saying all of this to you. When you die, it will be very bad for me, and I think of that moment. I wait for it, and I dread it, and I'm ashamed of this weakness. I permit you to be vulnerable with me if necessary. I'll protect you myself. Oh, look at you. I see no weakness, only wounds of a strong man. Smoothly cuff Solomon's hands to the bed with his handcuffs. I know how to I permit you to be vulnerable with me. If necessary, I'll protect you myself. Or, I look at you and I see no weakness, only wounds of a strong... I don't know. Like, I feel like one leads him... Like, I don't know if this is actually the case, but, like, the second option seems to, like... lead him more down in our BD's path, if that makes sense, like more into the Lex. And then the other one seems to almost like remove him a little bit from that and make him more human. Not more human, but you know what I mean, right? Like kind of like remove himself from the law a smidge and allow him just to be Solomon instead of, you know, the lawman kind of thing. I'm gonna go with that. His eyebrows creep upwards, the shadow of a smile appearing on his lips. This is the first time someone has ever offered to protect me, but it feels good. Yes, I like where we went with that. Leaning back against the pillow, he speaks softly. You know, maybe the only one who can truly protect me from this bloody horror is you. Wait till you meet Marza, you won't be saying that. Oh no. Tess, that was so good. Oh no. Honey. I'm so happy for you. Hello, Luna darling. Oh my god, you're here. Would you care for a fresh cup of brewed recaf, my celestial lady? How do you find life on the flagship? Sometimes I stop and stand by a window, and it's like I'm flying through the starry sea myself. I still can't believe this is happening. You are so generous. I could not dream of more. I must take... You're not feeling lonely, are you? I have you, and Master Danrock has been very kind to me. Sometimes he brings me all kinds of amazing things. The other day, it was a book for little nobles. I learned from it the stars are huge. Oh no. Oh no. Does Danrock have a crush on her? I hope so. Danrock deserves to be happy. No, everyone. If Danrock has a crush on her, I'm here. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's roll with that, okay? I'm gonna do a nice save right here just in case. Okay. I probably should have saved before I left, but that's besides the point. Anything?
You have my complete attention.
I must take my leave. Why are you like this, sir? Why do you have nothing for me? Okay, down here. Off you go, girl. Okay, Solomon.
Rogue trader.
Shall we discuss the mission?
Of course. Which part?
The prefix can say what she likes. I'm convinced I made the right choice. What do you think we could have done to satisfy... I'm curious, did you like any of the entertainment we saw?
I was on a mission, not attending to pointless amusements.
There must have been something.
Very well. If you insist, let me think about it one more time. The wine smelled like wash. The imposter hunt was a plot. I failed to see anything appealing there. And the rest of the festivities had all the characteristics of degradation. I believe that covers everything.
Okay, that's it.
Nope, wait a second. I don't know why, but I enjoyed seeing that augmented beast roam free.
Okay, well that we can both agree on. I just wish he got to come home. I'm still upset by that. On second thought, maybe Theseret was not that impressive after all.
I am certainly no expert or point of reference on this subject. Perhaps you are simply hard to impress. You are a rogue trader, after all.
What do you think we could have done to satisfy the prefect?
I do not know. It was one of those tough situations where only time will tell how well you handled them. If I were in your position, I would take the prefect's evaluation in stride and learn from your painful experience on Dasara. Sometimes, life knocks the wind out of you in a way that can't be dodged, so it helps to learn how to take a hit.
That's one way to put it. I am convinced I had made the right choice.
I'm not going to call the prefect's judgment into question, but you had to make a difficult decision, and you made it. You took responsibility. I appreciate such qualities in people.
Oh, you're welcome. That's enough about that.
We could discuss something else.
I gotta go.
You know where to find me, rogue trader.
That's it. That's it. Nothing about our smoochies. Fine. Fine. Be that way. Is it time? Is it time to do the thing I've been somewhat dreading? I think so. It's not that I'm dreading it. Oh, does that indicate that it's DLC? Is that what that indicates? Or does it indicate that it's time sensitive? I do think that this is the next thing. Companion quest, right? That Right. This is for Jai. And then, right, we got to do that too. I think this is next though. So we're going to have to go to the officer's deck. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Where is there? You might ask. Don't ask. You already know the answer. You already know where we're headed. I just need you all to understand that this is a one-track ride to Komoreg for no reason other than Komoreg. Sarbak barks at the officers gathered before you. Her ladyship Rogue Trader has seen fit to honor us with her presence in order to monitor the course of the investigation. You are expected to perform your duties immaculately and to report your every step to me. Should any of your actions bring shame to the enforcers, you will answer to me personally. Lord Captain, the 3 officers before you have been tasked with conducting the investigation. First, Captain Klein is a veteran with a record of quelled uprisings of mutant abominations in the colonies. Captain Genevri is young, but she has already preempted several mutinies among the ship's rabble. Lastly, there is Captain Hrotko. There we go. His interrogation skills deserve credit, and he knows how to instill fear and respect firmly in the minds of the riffraff. So is everybody... Hold on, because like before Marzai was like relegated to somewhere else, I think Marzai had to be over there. Like he couldn't actually sit at the table with us, so... Heinrich, there's me. Is that... I don't think that that's Solomorn. Is that who that's supposed to be? Is that him? Maybe. Maybe it is. I didn't think that that was, though. And then there's Cabela, Abelard. Unless he's somewhere else. And then, where is Pascal? Is that... I don't think that that's Pascal over there. So it looks like... Not over there. There's nobody. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if they just don't show up to this. Interesting, interesting. Hold on. We're gonna come here because I'm gonna need a thumbnail. I would like to thank you all for being here while I pause for a second so Editing Plex can grab that. Thank you! After carefully assessing the officers' bearing and their uniform, Abelard nods with satisfaction. Their drilling is good. Their service records are excellent. Let's see how they perform in the field. What are your findings? Oh, no, that was Sarbak sitting there, not... Okay, so we're... Okay, that was Sarbak sitting next to me. That makes more sense. So, we'll have to figure out... We'll see if anybody else interrupts, but... We have discovered a worker's corpse, mutilated and desiccated. And we are still looking into the man's identity and position. But the children's report has confirmed that among all the blood that was pumped into your bath chamber, the blood-carrying mutations was indeed his. The workers from nearby decks have been all checked for genetic aberration, but the mutations identified are all within the norm for laboring masses. They are being rounded up for interrogation as we speak. Even taking into account the neighboring decks only, that constitutes hundreds of people. How do you plan to question them all? Our interrogation techniques are broad and varied. However, nothing loosens the tongue like corporal punishment. Beatings, mutilation, torture, public execution. Sarbak almost purrs as she lists the ways of making people suffer. When combined with psychological pressure, such methods work wonders. Oh, you're over there? What are you? Why are you all the way over there with my baby? Oh, are you keeping every... Oh, this is where people are being questioned. Oh. I love that. No, this is so cool. You did not answer the question of how you intend to organize this process. So far, this looks like a fire in an obscura den. Although, I don't know what else one could expect from the Proctor's gaze. Proctor's cold gaze sweeps over the room. Amateurs. I love that. No, his input is so good. Sarbak furiously jerks up her chin. Our methods may not be up to the highest standard of the Adeptus Arbites, but they will get us the results we need. I swear on my honor as Master at Arms. It's inhumane. I order you immediately cease these barbaric methods. A fine approach. I approve. Remember, rogue trader of the people. I don't think she's gonna be too happy with that because people are gonna take it out on her. Lord Captain, these methods may be brutal, but their effectiveness has been proven over the centuries of practice. No criminal will confess if you ask them politely, but if you shatter their fingers and courteously remind them of how many unshattered bones they still have left in their body, that is a different conversation altogether. That is how the truth is born, but it, like, and I feel like, I don't know if we talked about it in this game or in this, like, Tess's first run, but when you torture somebody to a certain extent, they will say anything to make the pain stop, right? It doesn't matter if they're guilty or not. They will admit guilt just to make you stop. So the real question at the end of the day is, these confessions that they're getting, are these actual, real, true confessions, or are these confessions born of, please stop hitting me? You know what I mean? Which, that case, you're leaving so many people on the table that it could be because you think you got your confessor on the first try. I have faith that my Master-at-Arms is capable of finding other methods of seeking out the truth. Sarabak's gloves creak as she grips her maul. Her gaze remains cold and calm. As you command, Lord Captain. Any other working theories? The mutants are plotting, Klein spits in disgust. They've been breeding like void rats, so they're getting cocky. Must have wanted to infect your ladyship with their plague. It wasn't an attempt on the Lord Captain's life. It was a threat. The rabble are planning a revolt, so they're trying to terrorize us. Soon you will drown in blood. Insurgents pride themselves on such metaphors. Meanwhile, Captain Hrotko is convinced that it was the work of Voitvier's surviving cultists. However, I believe this to be a warning rather than a threat. What we need to establish is who is trying to warn us and of what. Interesting hypothesis, but I doubt it's that simple. Mr. Sarbak, grant me access to the investigation files. I have my own thoughts on what's going on. The Master-at-Arms nods coldly. Of course, Master Interrogator. What do you propose first? The body. Once we have ascertained the dead man's identity, we'll be able to locate his associates and narrow down the number of suspects. Captain Klein is in charge of examining the corpse. Yes, your ladyship. I'm almost done with my report. As soon as it's ready, I'll deliver it to you. While we wait for Klein to report, please enjoy the refreshments. Okay. And now we wait for a report. Klein snaps to attention. Identifying the victim has proven impossible. His face has been smashed in and his body is badly maimed. There are too many wounds to determine the exact cause of death, but presumably he died after the killer slit his throat. That's how they drained his blood. No external signs of mutation were found. In other words, we have nothing. Klein, this isn't a report, it's a declaration of our incompetence before the Lord Captain. You will keep digging around inside that corpse until you have produced some results. Yes! Ginevri looks at Klein with sympathy. She clearly cares about him, but does not wish to trample on her comrade's honor with words or comfort. Roko regards Klein with a contemptuous smirk, while Klein scowls back at him. No external signs of mutation? What about internal? Performing an autopsy was inadvisable due to the danger of contaminating the area with genetic aberration. You see a flash of genuine horror in Klein's eyes before his gaze turns glassy. You've seen that look before in the eyes of other veterans. It's the expression of someone reliving painful memories that have left behind deep scars. They cannot hope to overcome such trauma on their own. They would need help, or a partner, or perhaps some strong emotional stimulus. I've heard that the Medicaid officers often perform autopsies in pairs. One cuts up the body, the other records the findings. You should get a partner, Klein. According to regulations, one enforcer is required for the duty. However, your ladyship's proposal is reasonable. Do you have someone specific in mind? Ginevri. You catch Ginevri's grateful look, then watch as she smiles encouragingly at Klein. Come on, Klein. You'd better teach the greenhorns how to carve up mutants. I'll grab us a pair of respirators to make sure we don't catch anything. Klein is up to his elbows in blood, his eyes flaring defiantly. I've examined the filth inside and out. Its innards are a genetic nightmare. It's a bag of corruption wrapped in human skin, extra organs, scales, atrophied ingrown limbs, but that's not what's important. The body was disfigured posthumously. They killed the mutant with surgical precision before opening his throat and draining his blood. It wasn't until after the actual murder that they crushed his head and tried to cover up his wounds. The wounds were so brutal, I almost missed his tattoo. The victim was a pipe warden. I found this in his throat. He presents a blood-stained raven feather. A certain legend springs to your mind, one involving Saint Quirine, who was granted a portent of enemies hiding among the faithful. When Quirine prayed to the emperor for a sign that they might reveal the traitors, a raven's feather burst out of her mouth to inscribe the names of the conspirators. Only someone versed in the symbology of the Imperium could have left such a message. I remember the saint. Could this be a sign? Vile mutants do not make allusions to saints. This was someone versed in the creed. What do pipe wardens have to do with anything? The pipe wardens are worker clan that service the ship's sewer systems. The tattoo indicates the worker's status and personal number. This one was SP-462-01, senior pipe warden. For what purpose was the corpse mutilated? Someone wanted to hide the cause of death. What I fail to understand is why they would then leave the body out in the open instead of disposing of it. It's imperative we find whoever mutilated it. I concur. Would you like to give us specific instructions, Lord Captain? Oh no. Are we doing it? Because OG Tess didn't. And I feel like we have to. You know what I mean? Didn't I purposely say back in the day that was gonna be noble Tess? Come on, we got to. Sib Amasek. Specifics are merely an impediment to flexible thinking. Follow your heart. Sarbak's eyebrow twitches nervously. Follow my heart. But of course, I should have thought of that myself, Lord Captain. I thank your ladyship for the wise counsel. Klein, I wish to gift you a glass of Amasek for your good work. You look like you could use it. He accepts the glass and downs it instantly. Evidently, he is in no state to savor the bouquet and taste of the fine drink you have offered him. Well, at least you just think, what is our next step? We should run the victim's identification number through the master work log cogitator. If its machine spirit favors us, we'll be able to narrow down the number of suspects. Ginevra, this is your arena. Oh, that is Pascal. Okay, I thought it was this person here, but that is Pascal. Ginevra's approaches you, followed by a dignified woman in crimson robes. Allow me to introduce the esteemed tech priest Andromeda Phi. She believes she has the right to obstruct the investigation and refused to grant the enforcers access to the master cogitator. The tech priest lets out an indignant Binhark trill. I request that the laywoman's willful activities be halted. She intends to torment the machine spirit of the master worklog cogitator Iota-IIIB. The venerable spirit is ill and in no disposition to endure such abuse. What's the problem? The spirit is old and quick to anger. It therefore calls for a sensitive approach, not a torturous intrusion by a brutish laywoman. Since the start of this watch, the spirit has been unwell, so we have been trying to soothe its woes by applying sacred unguents and sensing the great machine's boards. The dogma of data recuperative quarantine prohibits any disturbances to the blessed machine found to be in such a state. What does this exactly prescribe? Let no profane hand touch the sacred machine stricken. Let the mechanism be shielded from all worldly troubles by a veil of righteous litany, and let its shrine be thrisely honored till the malady is no more. What are even words anymore? Judging by Ginevra's expression, she would rather have her profane hands touched Andromeda Phi's neck. Pascal, how profane are your hands? I am a Magos Explorator, and this vessel's engineer prime. The profanity of this unit's hands, as well as the rest of its limbs, organs, and augmetics, is null. If the honored Magos supervises a laywoman's tactful interaction with the spirit, I will sanction this disturbance. Can you stop, Pascal? Like, sincerely, if Pascal wanted to, could anybody stop him? I don't think so. Raising her hands, and not just because he's the engineer prime, but because Pascal is Pascal. Raising her hands high, Andromeda Phi wails, Omnissiah, preserve us! The Great Spirit was infected by a layperson. That is the couple you should be searching for, not some pipe warden sacrilege. Registering a Category 3 act of sacrilege, resulting in a Category Epsilon Quadro transgressive scenario. Requesting the inclusion of the offender in the registry of wanted entities for the purpose of expiative disposal. We have discovered that the cogitator's malfunctions began after an unauthorized attempt to access it was made. Someone deliberately angered the machine spirit in order to bury the work logs. Thankfully, the esteemed tech priest was able to appease the spirit and extract the information we needed. The victim's name was Ordo. On the day he died, he was servicing valve 27-B, which supplies the water to the rogue trader's bath chamber. He also had a partner who has yet to appear for duty since the incident occurred. We have a suspect. Did the murderer get to the cogitator too? Impossible. Since the start of the watch, this area has been used as a center of operations. No rabble could have slipped by unnoticed. Moreover, a common pipe warden wouldn't know how to commune with the machine spirit. Murderer had help. Who's the partner? Senior pipe warden Gwendon, number SP-268-55. An 8th generation pipe warden. No registered infraction, excellent discipline, perfect work record. Exemplary servant of the Imperium. How do you propose we find our suspect? Before Sarback can respond, Proko cuts in. Your ladyship, there was a man named Gwendon among the rabble, waiting to be interrogated. He immediately struck me as suspicious. Please allow me to question the man in your presence. Sarback narrows her eyes, but all she says is bring him in. Now. Look at how we just talked out of turn like that. Girl, you gotta get a handle on these peoples. Before you stands a gaunt... When did Luna come back? I guess she's done. I guess she is done with Solomon. Before you stands a gaunt man in work clothes. His face is swollen from the bruises, and several of his fingers are broken and sticking out at odd angles. He stares vacantly into the distance with watery eyes. Start talking, you miserable wretch. You tried to kill the Lord Captain, didn't you? He grabs the workers by the lapels. Gwendon's coat flies open, revealing crude occult symbols painted all over his body. What's this? Heretical brand? Cultist scum. Gwendon yells, baring what remains of his teeth. Yes, it was me. I tried to put a curse on the Lord Captain. I killed my partner in a wicked ritual, rubbed elbows with them daemons, consorted with him, all to carry out a dark plot and doom the Lord Captain for the glory of my almighty master. He burst into a fit of hysterical, theatrical cackling. We have ourselves a model cultist here. There is a ritual, a curse, and a plot. He even consorted with them daemons. How kind of him to confess that all immediately. He has admitted to everything. The vermin. I have insisted time and again that the assassination attempt was carried out by one of Voigtvir's surviving henchmen. I was right. Guess we weren't so thorough in clearing them out as we thought. He casts a sharp look at Sarback. Roko looks proud and self-important. Ginevra is biting her nail, as if hesitant to say anything. Sarback is observing the worker in silence, apparently sunk deep in thought. Meanwhile, Klein merely stands still with a distrustful grimace on his face. Other than Hiroko, no one here seems to believe that you are looking at the real culprit. Why has he been beaten? I ordered them to stop. My apologies, your ladyship. This one was interrogated before your order was given. I will take responsibility for not anticipating it. Does the Master at Arms not find it strange that the suspect is so eager to paint himself as a heretic? Yeah, in such a preposterous fashion, no less. I agree, Lord Captain. Sarback growls at the worker. I want the truth. Who are you? Who told you to give us this pathetic confession? The man blanches and starts bawling. He gives up his sinister theatrics and babbles in a voice of a common worker. Forgive me, your ladyship. I'm not Gwendon. I'm not a heretic. Yart's me name. I'm a laundryman. Please have mercy. They took my family. That enforcer said she'd throw them out the airlock if I didn't confess. She made me draw these unholy marks on myself. Ablar casts a significant glance at Sarback's direction. Your enforcers have a knack for persuasion, Mr. Sarback, but this is ridiculous. What enforcer? Name. Give me your name. Ginevra. Her name was Ginevra. What? I swear I have not. Ginevra. The steely edge in Sarback's voice causes everyone present to freeze, but you also hear a note of bewilderment. We'll deal with her later. I'll handle the search for Gwendon myself, Lord Captain. Would you have execute this daemon worshipper? Hold on. He lied to us more than once, and maybe he's lying about this. Ginevra? I have never threatened his family, and I certainly did not force him to lie and draw heretical signs. I barely even remember his face. I may have interrogated him beforehand, but it was someone else who put him up to this. And yet he knows your name, pointed you out right away. Do you not find that funny? And do you not find it funny that your head is always up your arse? It's obvious someone framed her. Cease this bickering. Lord Captain, what we have here is a liar and a well-coached one. He will never confess on his own. What do you suggest we do? Pensively take an appetizer. Faith changes people. Take a book of Psalms and read it to him until he confesses. Undoubtedly inspired by your idea, Sarback rolls her eyes and faintly mutters under her breath, Emperor, grant me strength. It will be done, Lord Captain. We'll recite the Psalms to the prisoner. What do you want us to do with him when we're done? Spare the man, wash off those heretical symbols, let him rejoin his family, cut his rations for a month, have him scrub the lower decks after shift. Hang the heretic. Spare the man, wash the symbols off, let him go to his family. It will be done. There is no cause for alarm, Lord Captain. This conspirator may have been fake, but now is only a matter of time before we find the real culprit. We have the pipe warden's name and identification number. We know which clan they're from, and we'll keep pressing the riffraff until either the culprit confesses or someone turns him in. I'll handle this. She pointedly grips the maul in her belt. Please enjoy your meal in the interim. Lord Captain, the scoundrel will appear before us soon.